how to sell now. So commerce, now you have learned how to voice. You now know what to do. You now know the equipments that you need. Now, how do you make this money? That's the most important thing. So, the first thing you do need to do is you must know how to sell yourself. Number one, do a custom demo for yourself. All right? Can I quickly look for where I get my own custom demo? It's actually very long. It's like a voice reel. Okay, not this one. Some is called Marathon. I want to see if I can get them. Sorry, I should have actually done this thing, but I didn't want to take chances. Okay, I think this should be it. Corporate my voice. All right, now listen to this.
This is a special announcement for any entrepreneur, corporate organization, or any parastatal. Are you ready to get good value for your money and good money for your value? Then you need the voice that sells. My voice, the voice that puts money in your pocket.
Now, that is my own demo. I did this like 12 years ago. All right, and as you can see, it's still now. If I'm going to redo it now, it's way. It's going to be way better than what you are hearing right now. But the reason why I left this and I still use it is because it's kind of still okay, But then you need to improve yourself, right? Now, I don't really need to do a demo for myself, because somehow I'm already known. I have a lot of clients, so I don't really need to. So all they just need is maybe, even if for anybody doesn't know me, they say we need a voiceover artist somewhere. Oh, we know someone to play. They just call them and okay, let's hear what you've done before. I can either send them the link to my website, or I will just send them some of my voice samples, because I've done thousands of jobs. All right, like by thousands. Let me show you some. Now, let's check this out. These are each of these files are individual jobs I did for clients. All right, individual. Now, the ones in these folders, this is another one. Okay, different. Let me see this one from Kuboko. These are online. These are different online jobs. Music Story and this is a 3. This is a 30-minute radio drama, fully produced. Voiced and produced by me. I'm talking about adding, what's it called now? I hope this is the full production. Sound effects and everything,
Welcome to another refreshing time on Music Story and Me. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, just spare us 15 minutes of your time. Listen in and learn the ways of life from another brand new story. Welcome once again. The title of today's story is Wilting Flowers. And my name is Temitope Kutelu.
So, now let's get back to enough of. Okay, so that's that. Lots and lots of jobs over the years. Now that is just one. Now, if I come to voice over demo, see them again. So a whole lot. And in fact, let me tell you something. Most of the jobs that I did from 2 years ago, I don't think I even keep them here anymore. This is just one on my system. Another system is there. So it's so much. It's a lot. So that's the reason why where I'm going to is that I, for one, do not really need to do any demo anymore, because I don't reach. You understand? So that's the point. But for you, you need a demo. All right? You need to know how to, package yourself. Then if you have done some jobs, try to merge it. There's another one that different jobs, because I do English, Yoruba, and Pidgin. Yeah, English, Yoruba, and Pidgin. So I put them side by side. As one finishes, English finishes, Yoruba comes in, then Pidgin comes in, and on like that. So you need to do a demo for yourself, and all of that. Then, after that demo, most importantly, especially if you are interested in international jobs, you need to have a website for yourself. Now, let me quickly show you my own website and how it looks. Let me connect to the internet here. All right. So here is my website, tinyurl.stopwebvoice. You can see, that's it over there. tinyurl.com/stopwebvoice. So it's important that you own these things. What's going on? Don't embarrass a brother here. All right, it's coming now. Okay, so there's my site. Okay, now if you want to build your own site or for whatever brand, I do that. I did all this myself. So here it is. My voice is warm, commercial, sexy, and fun for commercials. Things. Like here, it's still in. You see all the English, Yoruba, and the teaching jobs. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. While it is loading, it should still bring up all my demos. My base jobs, I do my animations, whiteboard animations, I do. I don't know why this is not showing yet. All right, so while it's loading, let's go back here. Now, you have done all this. You have your demo, you have your site. How do you charge? Now, importantly, again, you need to join groups, you need to join associations, Facebook groups, LinkedIn, different associations. Just type voiceover, maybe on Facebook, just type voiceover, see all the groups, start joining them. All right, it's as simple as that. I don't need to sound over the moon here. So, but very importantly, you can do voiceover. You now have your equipment. You have visited my store, you have patronized me, and now you want to get into voiceover. I mean, you have done all these things. How you have your demo, everything. How do you charge? So quickly, with this one, I'm going straight to my. I thought I had it open. All right, no problem. So I want to go to the international rates because initially I just wanted to focus on Nigerian voiceover rates, but then I figured out that I have a lot of people listening and watching who are following me, especially from Pakistan, India, and all those other countries. So let's go with the international rates. All right. So the rate that I actually followed here is. All right, let me do this. So here is it. These are minimum rates for voice over recordings for broadcast usage, and they are determined by the length of the recording, the medium in which it will be broadcast, and the size of the market in which it will appear. Now listen carefully, this is the real deal. When you are going to charge, especially if it's an international job, you need to find out, is it what we call broadcast or non-broadcast? Broadcast is the one that goes on electronic media, TV, radio, even internet, online is also broadcast because it's being broadcasted, people are seeing it. While non-broadcast is something that is in-house, maybe like annual general meeting, and then you voiced maybe the award goes to, that's not aired on TV. That is what we call non-broadcast. It is not broadcasted. It's not broadcasted. So the amount you charge for broadcast and non-broadcast are different, even for the same job, even for the same number of lines of script, the same duration. Okay, and also here you can see that we have local. If it is going to be broadcasted, is it on the local level, is it on a regional level, or is it on the national network? Those prices too differ. So what you're seeing here, all those prices are actually in dollars. All right, they are in dollars. So for normal 15-second, this that you're seeing means seconds. All right, seconds. So for a 15-second advert, 30-second or 60-second advert, you charge for local content within the locality, because they will give you all those specifics. This is where we are airing it, so you charge $200. This, I'm telling you, is a standard price. Then if it is regional, 300. If it is national, it is 1,000. Then if it is a radio station promo or studio imaging, I believe you know what. Okay, you can't know what studio imaging I mean. For example, when you tune into a radio station and you hear you were listening to so station, Porn 5, where music thrives. You know, all those DJ, blah, 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 all those hypes. You get it? Like, there's one I heard, I really love it so much. The music was playing. I said, it says, we interrupt this music to bring you more music, you know? So all those creative things is what we call studio imaging. And where they coined that word from is that your voice is the image. That is sounding contradictory because voice cannot be image. You hear voice, you see with image. But then your voice, listen to this, your voice is the image they hear. All right? So when they hear, and what it means, the literal meaning is that when they hear your voice, you create a certain imagination of what the station stands for. That's what they call studio imaging. All right? So radio promotion, studio imaging tags is $200 for either 5 seconds, because it's very short. Like I told you right now, we interrupt this message or we interrupt this music to bring you more music. That's like 5 seconds. So whichever, even if it's 5, 15 or 30 seconds, because station imaging cannot even be up to, maybe still radio station promotion can be up to 30 seconds, but imaging 5 to 10 second maximum. So it's $200. Public service announcement on radio is also this. Okay, so now this is for radio commercials. Now listen, don't forget I told you we have broadcast and non-broadcast. Now we also have for radio and TV. The amount you charge for a radio station or for an advert that is going on radio is different from an advert that is going on TV, even if it is the same. So you have two scripts. They say this script is going on TV, this script is going on radio. It's the same time. It's even the same word. You charge TV differently, you charge radio differently. Now you want to ask, what if it's going on TV and radio? You charge that script for TV because it's going on TV. Okay, so if they like, let them put it on radio and another. But TV basically has the highest price tag on it because TV, you know, people resonate more with what they see than what they hear. All right, so as you can see, you have it here. Then those are for broadcast. Now for non-broadcast, you have them here. Okay, now you might like, okay, why am I scrolling up so fast on this? You register, all this is given to you, it's part of what you pay for, okay? I'm feeling as if I'm sounding harsh right now. So like I said, non-broadcast rates for voiceover are for non-broadcast, as in rates for voiceover for non-broadcast or industrial usage. Industrial usage means it's not going on electronic media, are determined primarily by the length of the finished recording. B2B advertising, that's business to business, so they are not really going outside. They are not interested in customers outside. They are interested in, okay, this is my brand. We are servicing this particular brand. Now, another non-broadcast that you could also do was one I did was a mini documentary that would be aired in the what do we call it now? In the reception of a particular office. Let's say I did a voicing, there was a particular voiceover, a mini documentary I did for a particular industry. They produce baby baby powder, baby cosmetics, and all of that. I don't want to mention their name. And the essence of that was just to show people when they are coming in safety precautions, safety, measures on what to do. Like you tell them, in the voicing, you tell them when you enter into the facility, please walk on the walk alone sign. So there's a particular place on the ground, you say, walk here, don't pass where cranes are passing, and all those big vehicles that could injure you. So that's what we call non-broadcast or industrial. I believe you understand right now. And the way it is done is that you don't really charge them the way you charge broadcast. You charge them like it's written here. You charge them by the length of the finished recording. What this means is this. Now, look at this, for example, 0 to 5 minutes. You charge between per minute, let's start with per minute. Per minute of that is usually more than a minute, but per minute you charge $100. Dollars, mind you, not your local currency in dollars. $100. So from 0 to 5 minutes, instead of charging times 100 times 5 for 5 minutes, you don't cut off their head, 250 maximum if it is up to 5 minutes. But if it's within between that, so depending on your negotiation, how well they want to pay you, and also on your negotiation skills. In fact, you can actually charge higher than this depending. All right. Now at the end of this one, I'm going to still tell you one or two things. It's not a must to follow this hook, line, sinker. This just to have an understanding of what you should price. I'm not saying must be 250, must be 250. You say you have 250, you have 200. I'm not doing it. You get broke. Okay. So make sure that you focus on this. Then, now here is it. How do you know if something is 1 minute or 2 minutes on? What we are saying is that this minutes that you're seeing is recorded, not just recorded minutes, is finished time. Now, if you are just doing voice over, you are not editing, you are not doing any of those things, you can just charge them, okay, 1 minute, this is what you can look at a 1 minute script, it's just 1 minute. All right. But if you are editing it and you want to send it, because when you are going to record, if I am given a script now, for example, I'm giving a 30-second script. For me to record that script, you have to, and that's when you enter the studio, you must have made sure that you master the script. So we are not adding the time of mastering the script to it. We are talking of when you enter the studio. At least, to be good, you must do like 4 takes. Okay? So, you're looking at the length of the script that you're given in relation to time, which I'm still going to talk about that, in relation to time, and then you multiply that time by 4 or by 8 at times. So, if you are given a 1 minute script, give yourself 8 to 10 minutes as a professional. Somebody like me, 8 to 10 minutes. In fact, what am I saying? 30 minutes. Okay? But what you do, because you can't just cut their throats like that. So what you do is that you have to factor in the time of the take, how long you're staying in the studio, because if it's not your studio, you're going to be paying for the airtime. So if you're using 1 hour, you are paying for 1 hour in that particular studio. You people should know this now. You're paying for 1 hour, that's if it is your job. But if it's an agency or somebody who calls you, don't have business, you just go there, record your voice, and then they pay you your money. You tell them what you want to pay, you pay your money, and then you go. All right? So it is actually the time, the length you finished recording. All right? That's for non-broadcast. But for broadcast, they tell you specifically 60 seconds advert, we are paying this. They are not doing length of time. But if it's going to be something like this, or maybe like audio book, or you want to dub, or you want to do some of all those things that is not broadcast, you need to factor in your recording time. So, but basically, this is how it goes. So, long form of narration, we have like rates for recording audio of 2 or more hours in the length of broadcast music, like audio book, podcast, educational material, or like the one we are working on right now. We are dubbing a Netflix movie. We are still on it right now. We have recorded, gone to the clients. If you look at my Instagram page, you see me in the studio, not my studio, in the agency studio. Those guys are from Nairobi, Kenya. We just translated a Netflix movie, 2 movies to be specific. So, and we spent I got there 9 o'clock, I think 9 o'clock, and we finished 5, 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. All right, that's one session basically. So that's an 8-hour session. How much do you charge in case of this thing? So this is what you do. 1 hour, you charge between $250 to $500. All right, then I know people are looking at me that, oh, this guy don't hammer 8 hours multiplying that. But right then, additional hour, you charge them $100. Now, let me stop here. Let me say this, when you are charging, do not forget that you are still a human. Do not forget you can. I'm not saying strictly adhere to this pricing that I'm giving you. I'm not saying that. Learn to negotiate. Interestingly, you can actually charge more depending on the client. All right, we're doing a work right now. I'm going to cover that. I can tell you the client. The client is actually Google. So you can imagine you're working with Google, one of the richest companies in the world. I mean, I can't charge Google the way I'm going to charge, maybe if I'm doing an advert for Jumia, or I'm doing an advert, and then if I'm going to work with Amazon, Amazon is still bigger than Google, I think. I'm going to charge Amazon a little bit higher because they won't even look at it. I mean, what's that to those guys? I mean, this is a company that 3 million people visit every day. I mean, it's like Amazon, 3 million, in fact, more than 3 million right now because of what these guys have gotten into. So at times you do, I mean, I've worked for a brand as at the time when in AVWA, that's Association of Voice Artists here in Nigeria, we were charging 20,000 naira for voiceover. If we're going to do maximum production, everything was going to be between 40 to 50,000 naira for radio. But this company approached me and told me this was what they wanted to do. I charged them 150,000, and they paid with joy. In fact, it was more than 150,000 because tax then would made it 157,000. So they deducted the tax and they paid me 150,000 for a job I would do normally for 15,000 or 20,000 naira. So it depends. And I know of a friend who did the same thing for a telecommunications company and was paid 1 million for a job that we would do normally. In fact, I've given him a job of 15,000. I paid him, in fact, what am I saying? 13,000 naira. I remember 13. In fact, I wanted to pay him 10. He forced me. I had to send 3 extra thousand naira. You know? So this is the same guy who did the same thing that he did for me. He did it for a telecoms company and he charged them 1 million. In fact, somebody else was telling me last week they did another job for another telecoms company, and the first telecoms company paid her 1.5. The second telecoms company, that one that she was paid 1.5 million was just for voicing. 1.5 million. Then the second company, after, because it was a year contract, after the year, the competing company, telecoms company, called her, made her scripts and also made her voice. Normally she's supposed to charge 2 million because she has increased 2 million for scripting, 2 million for voicing. She was supposed to charge them 4 million. But these people said, no, she charged them 3 million. That okay, since it's confidential, let me reduce the money per unit head. And then they begged her to 2 million. She collected 2 million naira for the same job we're talking about. Okay, so it depends on the kind of connections that you have, the kind of legs that you have. Now, finally, I want to quickly say this because a lot of people, in my last webinar, people had to understand what I was saying. So let me put it this way. Let me close all of these. I think I should be through with the presentation now. I think so. Questions, okay? Okay, thank you very much. So I think we are through. So do not forget that. Now, I want to show you something. How do you do word count? Now, I have actually done that in my, there's a tip, I've done voice over tip. Now, let me quickly show you this. How do you do word count? Time will frame me, I would have showed you pronunciations and all of that, but let me quickly say this. 3 words. Equal. That's my equal to. Oh, whatever. So 3 words actually is 1 second. That's a standard. What it means is that on the average, human uses 1 second to say 3 words. If I say, I am fine, 3 words, I am fine, 1 second. So what that means is that automatically or invariably, it means that 6 words will be 2 seconds, right? 6 words would be used that's 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So how then do you now estimate how you want to? Because there are times when you get jobs, they will tell you, we are giving, okay, I got a job early last year. They told me it was 20,000 words. So there are some jobs you get, they will only give you the word count. They won't tell you per minute, per second. Here, the table I showed you right now about calculating or pricing and charging is per minute, is time-based. Some clients will not give you time, they will give you words. How do you do this? So, what you now, depending on how you want to charge, how many seconds will will you use to read 20,000 words? Or let's make it minutes. Let's just use seconds. Let's say minutes right now. Now, 60 seconds, we all know makes 1 minute. So, on the average, how many words would you say in 1 minute? I believe you have pressed the calculation. So that means you will say 180 words per minute. 180 words per minute. So if you are charging 20,000 naira per word, by the way, the official for Nigeria now, the official Lavua rate is per minute for either broadcast or non-broadcast. For radio is 40,000 naira. TV is 7. Hey, Jesus, I must have forgotten. The TV, I think, is 70,000 naira. So that's for. Okay, now I think I'm missing this right now. Maybe I have to go back to my. Anyway, it's inside my budget. Everything is there once you register and you see all the prices. But basically, it's 40,000 naira. TV is 70,000 naira. While that's for radio, then for premium, we call something premium. So and premium. The telecoms brand falls under premium, banking falls under premium, banking brands fall under premium, politicking, government brands fall under premium. I think these major brands, and then depending on, there may be oil, I don't think oil companies do adverts, but just those 3, telecoms, banking, and politics or government, they fall under premium. So when you get a government job, do not charge them the way you're going to charge just a company, a regular company, even though if they are making so much money, they might not be on premium, all right? But telecoms, everybody knows they are premium because everybody uses phones and all of that. So that's how it's done. So now let's say 40,000 for saying 180 words. How then do you charge for 20,000 words? Well, this is just simple mathematics. So the way you do this right now is that, so we have 180 words. 20,000 words. How many minutes would you spend to do this? What you just do is 180 or 20,000 divided by 180. So that's 20. I don't know if I should be typing all these things. Divided by 180. 20,000 divided by 180. Let me bring out my calculator. I should be able to calculate it in my head. I want to do that. And you're asking me why. Thank you for not asking me why. Okay, so 20,000 divided by 180. So you're going to spend an average of 110 minutes. Okay? An average of 110 minutes, thereabouts. 110 minutes to say 20,000 words. All right? And that's 20,000 words. 110 minutes, how many hours is that? That's giving us 1 hour 50 minutes. So I'm saying that when you listen to 20,000 words, you stay for 2 hours on the average to listen to the recorded version of 20,000 words. But let me tell you something. It will take you a minimum, sorry, the job was 30,000, but let's leave it at 20,000. So, and it will take you a minimum of a month to record every day, all right, to get this thing done. Or for somebody like me who's very fast, to record 1 hour like that, because you definitely have to be careful, you have to pronounce words well, you do the retake, you take the first paragraph, listen to it, make sure it's okay, take it, because you cannot record at once, and then you're now listening all over. No, you actually, I'm to give you the secret right now, you do it paragraph by paragraph. You do paragraph 1, you listen through, is there any correction, oh, this should be done, let me remove them, let me do it again, and all of that, you're good. And maybe one paragraph is about maybe 180 words. Okay, so you do that. Just 1 minute. You are on that 1 minute. You might spend, like, if you are very fast, you might spend like 10 to 15 minutes on just that one paragraph, and you have about how many paragraphs to go? About 110 paragraphs to go. So you will spend, like, if you are very fast, someone like me, I can spend 2 weeks to do this. But on the average 1 month, because you don't want to rush yourself. I might have other jobs. Okay? So let's say 1 month. In fact, I gave them 1 month. In fact, the project we are on right now, that I told you we're going to be doing, is actually, I think, 20,000 words, and they're giving us 2 months to record, morning to evening, every day, though excluding Saturday and Sunday. But for me, personally, I will include Saturday and Sunday, and so it's going to be, but then it's official, they don't want to rush, they want you to get it very well, so it is 2 months. All right, so that's exactly how you do. So depending on how you charge, like I told you, look at how much you charge per minute. And then you now look at it to 20,000 words, how much is that? Now, you cannot charge them on a unit basis of how much you charge per minute, because you're charging 20 or 40,000 naira per minute. You're now calculating 40 times 100. How much is that, say? 40 times 10, that's already 4 million. Okay, 4 million naira. To do that, they will run away. Okay, so there is a way you have to now pay with this kind of a job. If you give them $1 million, I'm talking naira now, please. I'm talking naira. If you give them 1,800,000, 600 is okay, because even you will enjoy it. All right. So so on the final note, let me quickly show you. Okay, let me see if my website is up. So this is my English jobs, to play.
EasyShare was designed to give users 100% confidence with 100% control. This includes sysadmins.
Yes, so Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company